Good afternoon. My name is Coltrane Lionheart. I'm from the Duchy of Madoc's Keep in Louisville, Kentucky, in the Kingdom of the Rising Winds. And today, I will be talking about spell sheets, armbands, and the tactics around it. So previously in my Amtgard 101 video, I talked about the armbands a little bit, and today we're going to go a little bit deeper into these armbands and how to set them up and why they're so important. So these armbands, these are little armbands you get pretty much anywhere, any sporting place. Usually they're used for football, and on these armbands, they strap on like this, and you can have them on the inside or the outside. So we're going to talk about the armbands and how to set it up first. So, the armband, they're pretty cool. Put that down first. So the armbands are pretty cool. They're Velcro, so you can keep several lists inside there. Pretty much the way they work while I am fighting. I like to keep my armband on the inside here, because I feel that if you have on the outside, it's going to take way more to read it. So I like to have on the inside, I like to have on my right hand. Some people like to have on their left hand. So especially if you're a sword and board fighter, they like to have it on their left hand. If you're a right hand fighter, you can still see your list here. You can still have your shield up. I like to have it on my right hand because I have the tendency to hold my sword pretty high up. So I can easily have my shield here, look over at my list, and still be pretty fine with that. Or especially when I have my list here, I can put a sword down, make sure I have a free hand so I can cast, and still look at what I have here. So let's go a little bit over setting it up. The great thing about these bands are they take pretty much your standard size post-it note. So the way I set it up is, I like to use the Amtgard spell sheet app that's on Amtgard, that's on Android. We can talk about that another time. Well, we're going to talk about setting up spell sheets 201, and I like to use that app. I like to get it all set up in there, get all my lists saved, and then from there I will handwrite them down. You can also print them out, especially for legibility. So handwrite them down to post-it notes. On a lot of these, you're going to see I don't have the lines. Some people like to post-it notes with the lines, some people like them without the lines. But yeah, write out your whole list. On your list, it has all of your stuff. I like to write down the name, the spell, if I have recharges, and how many I have for it. So, example, I have, say for example, I have a band, so I have 1 ball of that. I have amulet, it would be 2-life, so that means 2 per life. I have a recharge on it, I have how many recharges I have to do for it. So, little post-it notes. So, great thing about these lists are, 1, you can have your main list on the outside, like I do here. And then, so I can have a main list I have on the outside. I can flip it up. I can have another list in here. Or, as I'm going to show on this one, I have my main list right here in front. I can open it up, and in here, I can have, like I said, another list here. But what I do the majority of the time is I have my main list out here. I have any spells I cannot remember off the top of my head. So I personally, especially like after this whole year of being away from Amtgard, I'm not going to remember certain spells, the way to cast them, or maybe what that spell does. The great thing about these lists, the great thing about these pads are, you can, like I have here, I have the whole spell written out there. So how to cast it. Sometimes I have how to cast it, all the words needed for it, and then what it does, stuff like that. Or some people I've seen have it for non-spellcasters. So for example, you're playing Warrior, you can have your list here of everything that Warrior gets, and you can even have it on the inside. Bam. Okay. You know, insult does this, or you know, you can have stuff like that. So it's very versatile, not just for spell casting classes, but it's great for pretty much every class in the game. Preferably you remember all your stuff, blah blah blah. But it's always great to have this list here, because especially when you're out there, you're fighting, you got all this stuff going on, it's pretty hard to remember, oh wait, how many releases do I have? Oh no, I have 4 releases, and then, oh no, I used 2 on him, and I still need to remember if I have the, like, especially when it comes to when you're at your full level and everything here. I have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like, you got over 10 different things on here, and then you still got to remember each spell, how to cast it, what that spell does, and then you still got to remember out of this list of 10 plus different spells, how many I have of each one. And some are per life, some are per refresh, some of them I can charge. I put in extra points so I can charge this, and stuff like that. So always keep your list. Your list has to be checked before you even engage in the actual battle game in the first place. So you should have a list. Your list should be checked. But just for your own mental stability, always have your list on you. Have your list on you in a way that you can see visibly and quickly. And it also keeps, it also can keep you honest. So the only real con I have about keeping a list on you is the fact that, I mean, granted, you shouldn't be standing next to any enemies or whatever, but it's the fact that they can look at your list, right? Like, your enemy could look at your list and say, oh, he really built a way that he only has a bunch of spell balls and no releases, or, you know, something along those lines. So just keep that in mind of it. But yeah, that's pretty much the biggest thing about these lists. Like I said, have it on the inside your arm. Some people even keep their list like this on the inside of their shields. Looking for if I got a shield up there that has it. I don't think I have that right now. But some people have it like a list like this on the inside of their shield. But it is very, very versatile. I highly, highly recommend it, especially once you get into your higher levels in any class in general, Amtgard. So I think that's everything I got for today. Like I said, my name is Coltrane Lionheart. I am from Duchy of Madoc's Keep and the Rising Winds. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and I'll keep trying to make these videos. And as always, swords up, lay on.